Tanner Bibee, 6 strikeouts, 0 walks, lots of errors, didn't make it out of the fifth. Spring training or a repeat of 2025. The pitching factory, we think it has a lot of upside. 2026 Guardians prospect rankings in the top 20 starts now.
Tanner Bibee of the Guardians, and you're listening to Locked On Guardians.
You are Locked On Guardians, your daily podcast on the Cleveland Guardians. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Guardians fans? Welcome on into another episode of Locked On Guardians, your only daily Cleveland Guardians podcast that covers your team every day, from the majors to minors to draft and everything in between. So thanks for being here with us and hanging out with us and talking Guardians ball for the next half hour. If you are new here, I am Justin Lada. Thanks to our insiders and everydayers that are coming back. But the new people, I'm Justin Lada, co-host this podcast for 4 years with my friend and co-host Jeff Ellis. And of course, 19 years covering the Guardians minor league system as a prospect writer and editor.
As you mentioned, I'm Jeff Ellis. I've been here at Locked On for 8 years now, or just about 8 years. Before that, I was a national writer at Scout and 24/7, focused on prospects in the draft. I replaced Kylie McDaniel at Scout back in the day. I want to thank you for making today's episode your first listen today and every day, wherever it is you get podcasts. And again, shout out to our everydayers or insiders, everyone who contributes and helps our show continue to grow. If you're not following on YouTube, consider. We're getting close to that 6,000 mark. It'd be cool to get there by before the season began, but if not, early in the season as well.
Yeah, tell a friend. We'd love to have that 6,000 mark. Just, not for our own egos, but just to say more people are invested in Guardians baseball. It's not for us. It's for you, because we love talking Guards ball, and hopefully you love listening to it and talking about it with us. On today's show, we're wrapping up the official 2026 Locked On Guardians prospect rankings 20 through 1. We'll take you behind the curtain of our process evaluations and how we compromise on this list. Plus, Tanner Bibee showed some good data points despite a shorter than ideal outing with too many 2025 follies, of course. And the Guardians bullpen looks to be taking shape ahead of opening day, while Hunter Gaddis' status is in flux. And of course, this episode is brought to you by our friends at MLB The Show 26. Visit MLB.theshow/LockedOn. Use code LOCKEDON to unlock a pack for use in Diamond Dynasty pre-order now. Available March 17th on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, rated E for everyone.
I did that today. I used the code. I figure, hey, I'm going to benefit as well.
Yeah. We're going to be playing a lot of MLB The Show. And if anybody wants to drop their gamer tag, we're going to have it. We'll play on MLB The Show. I have Xbox, so they can do cross-platform now, so it doesn't even matter. So I will play anybody online if they want to drop their gamer tag. We'll try to hook up and do that, because I know I'll be playing a lot when I do get the copy. So unfortunately for Tanner Bibee, I think this game against the Giants on Tuesday must have felt like a lot of 2025, because he pitched well. He had 6 Ks. It was not a complete Giants lineup. Like, there were some good dudes in there, but certainly not all of the regulars. But I thought Bibee pitched, at least according to the data in the box score. We're not scouting the box score, but I'm just going by that, saying the results that he had are the ones you would like to have in Arizona against the lineup that has a few guys missing at the point. I thought it was interesting how heavily he featured the cutter, and my God, he bullied them with the cutter all game. I mean, I think that was the second most used pitch in the game. I think he had 6 swings and misses on him. Sorry, he had 7 swings. It was
his most used pitch.
It was. You're right. Yeah. It was equal to the 4-seam at 31%.
No, the cutter was 37%.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see things today. Yeah. I think I can talk, but I can't see. Last year it was a 21% usage pitch for him. So good to see him using that a little bit more. It was a good pitch for him. Again, 7 whiffs, 2 called strikes. He threw the sinker, the changeup for called strikes in this one. And the most important thing I would say in this outing was 75% first pitch strikes. You like to see that. Velocity was fine. Everything else was about where you'd like it to be. The only disappointing thing is he didn't get out of the 4th inning, didn't work into the 5th at 71 pitches, because A, he struck out a lot of guys, and B, the Guardians made 3 errors behind him, which is very like 2025.
Yeah, have they let anyone go into the 5th so far? I was thinking about that.
Joey Cantillo did.
Got to go. Okay.
So, yeah.
This start reminded me of his last start, which was, his birthday start, and was quite good. Because in that one as well, he also was cutter four seam heavy. It was like, I don't know. It was, when I'm looking at it last time, those two were also about close to 70% of his pitches. The thing that is different from a week ago is he's starting to mix in the sinker more. Now the sinker is a pitch that is a bit we have kind of learned over the years. It's a pitch, since he's a right-hand pitcher, it works best against righties. So, and he did feature it more against righties than lefties. It got a bit overused last year, but last year he was at 19. Today he was at 17. I'm sure other things kind of the change up might figure out a mix. He's got a lot of pitches to use, and there's a lot of pitches in his arsenal, which is a good thing. We've talked about that before with guys like Shawn Armstrong, but it could be he just doesn't want to show everything in spring training, and that's why he's gone so cutter four seam heavy. Now his four seam is arguably one of his worst pitches in terms of just kind of data off of it traditionally in the past. So, maybe he's done some things. We know he's a tinkerer. We know he's always trying to improve. Once you get into more games and get even more data, looking at things like, is the arm, his arm angle has never been consistent because he's trying to find the exact right arm angle. His rookie year was too high and it kind of caused pain, and he's adjusted it since then. So it's always a good thing. He's a tinkerer. He'll figure it out. A year ago, there was, he struggled, and then as the year went on, he got better, and we're just hoping we'll see that carry on into this year. And the last two starts have been incredibly encouraging. Again, it's spring training baseball. You can take limited things from it because they're facing such limited lineups. But bottom line, at the end of the day, you want to see a guy pitch like this instead of getting shelled, because then you're concerned, spring training baseball or not. It's
especially in Arizona, and the fact that San Francisco didn't have like a ton of regulars.
No, but I mean, basically, I'm saying it's a good job. This is what they need. He's going to continue improving moving forward. Hopefully, I'm just trying to come off so it doesn't sound like I'm being negative. Like, it's only spring. He's been great. 2 great starts in a row. It's what you want to see.
Yeah, and I think he's still lined up for opening day. I think I'd imagine that after his next start, maybe even before, that they will announce that at some point. But the way the schedule lines up, he looks like he's going to be getting the call for opening day. Other good news, Jeff, is Hunter Gaddis did resume throwing. He's not ruled out for opening day, but I think it's still up in the air whether or not he can have enough time. I think it just doesn't make sense to rush it anyway. But the other good news, though, is, okay, he's throwing again, which you like to hear. Peyton Pallette had a solid outing in this one. I mean, he only needed 13 pitches to get through his inning. He's up to 98 through all 4 pitches. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't project him to make the opening day roster at this point. And then Colin Holderman, I think we saw strides with his sweeper. That's the big thing the Guardians needed to fix with him, is the sweeper, because that was his best pitch when he was good, and then he was dog water last year with it for some reason. He threw 3 of them. 2 got whiffs. 1 was a called strike. The velocity's still good for him, but the fastball metrics are kind of crappy. So it might make sense to carry him with Gaddis out. I think he's the guy to carry if Gaddis is out. Someone's got to step up behind Cade Smith and Shawn Armstrong with Gaddis out, whether that's a week, 2 weeks. So who is in your circle of trust right now with the bullpen? It's Gaddis. It's if Gaddis is, we're assuming he's out for opening day and maybe a week after or 2 weeks after, whatever it is. Who falls in your circle of trust after Cade Smith and Shawn Armstrong? Like, who's next?
No one. I mean, I don't really have anyone that I'm full on trusting. You got, for me, tier 1 is Cade, and then tier 2 was Gaddis and Armstrong, and then no one else, because that's the thing. Like, as much as I might have, I don't even know if I necessarily have a tier 3, just because I have no one I really feel super comfortable with. But the next grouping, it's probably Heron. Sabrowski's command over the past few years is just kind of giving me some pause with as good as he can be at points. It's like I just can't trust him. Brogdon, I'm still not seeing it. Pallette's a young kid. I feel like Heron is really the only guy who is even kind of approaching.
Match Festa, no?
Sadly, you might be right. Festa might, like, if I'm going to rank the bullpen how we project it to be with no Gaddis, right? Like, if I'm just going to sit there and be like
7, 8, 9. Okay. If Armstrong's 8, Gaddis and Smith is 9, who's 7? It's Festa.
See, that's no. I probably go. Do I go Festa? I might go Heron over Festa.
Okay. I mean, I hope
just
I
because
hope
the
Pickering
high
is
point in the
good enough
past.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, Festa had his good moments last year when he wasn't overused.
Yeah.
So,
But no, I think it's like for me,
he'll be used a ton though this year.
It's like I think it goes for me. I'm thinking the other way. I know you're going like ninth because the ninth inning, but I'm thinking like best. So it's like Cam Smith 1, Armstrong 2, Heron 3, Festa 4. I probably put Sobrowski at 5 though, and then I'm probably gonna go with Pallette 6, then Brogdon. I'm just not. Brogdon's really got to prove it to me. I was not a believer in that signing. I'd probably put Holderman at that last spot because again, those are two guys who have to prove it. And Holderman, they paid more money to, but he's also got the options, which is we always got to bring up because people keep asking like, oh, they're going to cut. One of the reasons they brought in Holderman is they can send him to AAA and not risk losing him. He can be taken off the roster without, and he's got multiple options.
I think
he's got 2. I think he's got 2. I could be wrong there.
No, you're right. He has 2 years of options. Look at that. Okay, so yes, he is the man of many options, not like Ben Lively. Last thing to note in this game too, we were talking about this off air. Chase the Water was back in the lineup, got 3 at bats, hit the ball hard, which is great. All in the ground. And my observation on that was okay. Like sometimes that's a lower half thing. Like if you're not lower half to the posture to use to lift the ball in the air, like I'm hoping his lower half is not like so sore that he's unable to use it to loft the ball like he normally does. That's the only takeaway I had there. But I guess good. The exit velocity was still there, whatever.
Yeah, negative launch angles are never great.
No, not great. And injuries aren't good either. All right, enough of spring training talk. We're talking about prospects. We have to debate and finalize our order 20 through 11. And then Guardians top 10 prospects for 2026 coming up.
Hey, this is Jeff Carr from Locked On Reds. And I've reached the point in my life where my wife and I are looking toward the future. We've got the house, we've got the career, we even have an awesome dog, but now we need to secure that future. That's where Ethos comes in for us. When I look at this insurance or that insurance and I try to pick one, I might as well be reading an entirely different language. Ethos clears up the noise and gets me set up with exactly what I need, because Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy, and it's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now by going to ethos.com/lockedonmlb. In as little as 10 minutes, you can get a free quote and up to $3 million in coverage at ethos.com/lockedonmlb. That's ethos.com/lockedonmlb, ethos.com/lockedonmlb. Application times and rates may vary.
MLB opening day is almost here. You can feel it. I think we're all champing at the bit at this point to get opening day underway. We want the fresh start, the big expectations, that first crack of the bat, and we want it to go down to the division race, down to the wire. Nothing like being at the ballpark for all of those moments. And the problem with any big event you want to go to, filling tickets can be a pain, right? You got long queues. Sometimes you're trying to log in, surprise fees, jumping at checkout. Nobody likes that. Nothing takes the fun out of an event you're anticipating. Worse than that. And that is where Game Time comes in, giving the app that is giving the advantage back to fans like us with constant innovation. And it's how we unlock amazing tickets in just a few simple taps. Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. The best part is the fees are included, so the price you see is the price that you pay. I'm going to use Game Time again for multiple events here in the future. 2 taps and it's done. No stress, no hitting fees. Take guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Baseball is back everywhere in the United States, other countries, spring training, college. Lock in. If you never missed an episode of Locked On Guardians, sign up for the Everyday Club. You get the ad-free version of the show, and you get access to the group chat on Discord with us, talking about the Guardians on game days, any news that happens, as well as all the other hosts of your favorite Locked On shows or teams. So Cavs, Browns, Ohio State, Guardians, whoever you're a fan of. There's a show for everybody. There's a Discord channel for everybody, and that all comes with the Everyday Club. Check it out at LockedOnGuardians.supercast.com or find the link in the show notes. All right, Jeff, we've got business to take care of. Last time we did our prospect ranking talk, we did not hammer out 20 through 11 because we just could not figure out how to divide things up. We settled on George Valera at 19, so we got to get through 20 through 11, and then we got to wrap things up by getting from 10 to 1, and that'll be a little bit easier. I think this is the range where we kind of struggled. So, yeah, we settled on Valera at 19. I had Valera at 20, and where we got into the fuzzy area was I had Chase Mobley at 19. You don't have him in your top 30.
No, he's not even in my top 35. So
yeah. So who did you have at 20 again? I think I had Cozart higher, so that was one of the issues.
Yeah, I mean I had Cozart at 23 too, because I don't trust the bat. There's a lot of contact issues. I had Rosario at 20.
I think we settled on Rosario at 22. Yeah, he's at 22. So we did hammer that one out. Where did you put Cleo Watson? Because I had him at 21. We settled? No, we both had Watson at 21. So
yeah,
we settled that.
The other guy that we had a big difference was Franklin Gomez, where I had him at 21.
I had Gomez at 12. I'm not gonna be able to meet you in the middle on Gomez. I think we're gonna have to save him for higher. Like I can't put him at 20 just because I am really high on him. That's a guy I would plant my foot in the ground on because I like the upside there. I mean, I could settle with Cozart being a lot lower. Like, would you settle for Cozart being like 18 above Valera because the defense?
Not for me, because I don't think he's I think he's a backup. I think there's a chance Valera starts. Like the reason we differ so wildly is I don't trust Cozart as a starter.
You don't think Cozart's defense is good enough to start? Like that's what I'm saying.
I don't think no, because his bat isn't going to be good enough.
I mean, Austin Hedges has started in the big leagues. Do we think?
Yeah, he's not Austin Hedges though. I mean, Austin Hedges is a multi-time Gold Glover. He's arguably.
You don't think Cozart's that good?
No, he's plus. He's not plus. He's not a 70. Like Hedges was a 70. Here's a guy who. Here's a guy who. You know, I know he doesn't strike out as much, but he's struggled to have OPS over 700 in A-ball when he is. Yeah, you know, right, he's the old guy. At
Cozart. I'll plug Cozart in at 20. How's that sound?
So that's fine. It's just like if you can't hit an A-ball when you're already a 22-year-old, I don't see how you're going to hit in the big leagues. That's just kind of my bottom line with him.
Yeah. So at 18, I had Walters. Do you have him a lot higher? You still have a lot more impact there.
Walters. I had him at 17, so I'm okay with him at 18.
All right, that seems.
Where was LaViolette for you?
I think I am a little bit higher on LaViolette than you are. I had him at 15.
I had him at 18.
Okay. Do we split the difference and go 16?
Well, let's wait on him. Where do you have Peterson?
Actually, I did not rank Peterson in the top 30, so that might have been a mistake for me. I might have goofed up there. Where do you have Peterson?
I have him at 16.
All right, I'm fine with Peterson there. I kind of
should we? I mean, if you want, we could put him at 20. If you want to bump up Cozart, I'm okay with that.
You want to go Cozart 16 or?
Well, it's up to you. Like
move everybody up and then put him at 20.
Yes.
Okay, so Cozart 19, Valera 18, Walters 17, Peterson 20. Okay, I see that. Yeah. So and then I had Burrito at 16. I kind of soured on Burrito with the defense. That's all. And
I had him at 13. But should we have 16 is open right now, right?
Yeah, we're at 16 right now.
So
I had Yorman Gomez at 17, just by the way. Like
I have him at 15.
I have him at 17. So I think Gomez is a good fit at 16 then.
Okay, so the question is, you want to put Gomez ahead of LaViolette or LaViolette ahead of Gomez? I think those are the two spots.
I think you have to put LaViolette ahead of him. I know the concern with LaViolette, but like
that's fine.
Obviously, the ceiling for LaViolette is obviously way higher than
because I mean I think Gomez is more than likely a reliever. I just think he's a safe reliever. But
maybe LaViolette at the worst is like Bradley Zimmer, although
I don't think Bradley Zimmer was the thing. People keep saying Nolan Jones is Bradley Zimmer. I'm like, guys, I'm no Bradley Zimmer defender, but we forget that at peak he was a pretty
elite defender.
Yeah. That's not Nolan Jones. He's not.
No, that's a good point. You're right. LaViolette is not going to be that. You're right. Okay, that's fair. But the upside with the bat is just too good to ignore over a 6-foot right-hander. As much as we're excited about Gomez, so that's where I had Cozart. We've settled on him. I had Hartle at 13. That's my next guy up.
I have Hartle at 14.
I'm fine with Hartle at 14. That's where we are now,
Okay.
and that's a one-off. I'm still pretty excited.
Here's
about
my
Hartle
question. With
Yeah.
Mobley, if we want to break somewhere in the middle, who was 30 and 29 on our list?
Well, we settled on Rafe Schlesinger at 29 and Dylan DeLucia at 30. I'd be fine.
Should we put
sliding.
Mobley over DeLucia?
I would. Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
That's fine.
I think
I'm fine with that.
There's still a lot of upside there. I'd actually put Mobley over Schlesinger.
That's fine. I'm okay with either of those. I had DeLucia 27 as I think he's going to be a solid reliever, but the potential to start.
Schlesinger being left-handed, I think makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we
got 3 more to go in this section. So yeah, we settled on Hartle at 14. I'm still excited about him.
So here's my question: do we want Hartle at 14 or do we want Brito at 14? Brito at 14.
I would go Hartle 13 and Juan Brito 13. I haven't talked about him yet. Yeah, just because
you just said 13 twice.
No, 14 for Brito and Hartle 12 or 13.
13. That's fine. Yeah.
There's just such a limited.
Yeah, he's a DH or he might be a first baseman. Like it's really hard.
Yeah, and he just hasn't shown anything as a right-handed hitter. Like so, you don't even get the switch hitting bonus. Like I maybe we'll be too low on him and he'll figure it out. But
God, I want to be proven wrong on him. I hope he proves us wrong. Yeah, so bad.
I think it's in there. It's just I haven't seen enough to convince me yet.
Okay, so we're gonna run into some issues I already know here because the other guy that you are not high on, we haven't raked Juneiker yet.
We have not. You're right. I am at 22, so we're gonna have to.
I am at 12. So.
Okay, let's come back, figure that out. We got to get to the top 10. So we're going to keep debating our prospect rankings. We're going to get through this today, and we'll have an official podcast, top 30 Guardians prospects, that Jeff and I can agree on somehow next. If you've ever been through the hiring process before, as someone who's looking to hire people, workplace chaos has no place in the workplace. Your deadlines are stacking up, your inbox is overflowing, and the pressure's on you. The right hire, that is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs, which can help you reach people who actually know what you're looking for. They have the skills, the location, the experience. You're not just hoping for good luck to strike and someone runs across your post. And the minute we've been talking, 27 hires have been made on Indeed. According to Indeed data worldwide, spend less time searching, less stress, more results if you're hiring on Indeed. Interviewing candidates to check all your boxes with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Listeners, Locked On Guardians, get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Go to Indeed.com/podcast right now. Support the show saying you heard about Indeed on Locked On Guardians. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. The anticipation is killing me, literally. Thrilled to be talking about our sponsor, MLB The Show, for today's episode of MLB The Show 26. The greatest game in baseball is back with a new installment. I know when it comes out, I'm going to have a hard time pulling myself away from the game, playing a lot of late nights, messing up my sleep schedule, as I did back when I was a kid playing with my friends on franchise mode, and then eventually getting into Diamond Dynasty and Road to the Show. If you're a gamer or baseball fan, you want to enjoy America's favorite pastime in a new, exciting way, you're going to love MLB The Show 26. Play as your favorite team and franchise player, Jose Ramirez. See if you have what it takes to win your own World Series. Visit MLB.theshow/LockedOn. Use code LockedOn to unlock a pack for use in Diamond Dynasty. Internet connection is required. Pre-order now. Available March 17th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and Nintendo Switch. Baseball the way it should be. Rated E for everyone. Make sure you are checking out all the videos we have posted. MLB Top 100 reactions, and even reactions to a guy who didn't make the Top 100, Jeff. All that's on YouTube and all the social media outlets. Make sure you subscribe to get all the videos sent right to your phone, as well as audio, so you never miss an episode, whether you're walking your dog or, geez, Wednesday might be in your basement hiding from a tornado if you're in Northeast Ohio. Who knows? It's going to get weird over here. We're all going to make it to opening day together talking about Guardians baseball. So subscribe, download, all that fun jazz. All right, Juneiker's Caceres. That is one we might have screwed the pooch on. So you're 12. I was 22. Wow. Is it just the upside? Like, what's the disconnect here? Because, like, you don't normally rank guys this high who have not had upper level experience the way he hasn't, and we know the approach is not exactly all that pretty.
He was performing.
You have more faith in him than Jace LaViolette.
Yeah, because Jace, again, here's the thing: Jace LaViolette.
Strikeouts. I know.
No player has been successful with a K rate in college over 25% that I have found to the pros. People are like Aaron Judge. I'm like, he was 21. Like, people are like Bradley Zimmer. I'm like, Bradley Zimmer wasn't 25% in college, and he played at a lesser college, so he had that advantage. Like, for me with Jace LaViolette, he has to do something that no one has ever done, that anyone has. And I had people. I spent 6 months having people throw names at me, and none of them, their final college year, were over 25%. Like, 20% is a concern. 25% is like, I take that player off my board, just full stop, because it's not successful. When he came up, he was using a whole fields approach. There's good swing data that's leaked out from other people talking about him, in terms of like just what he can do with bat speed and the way he swings his bat. And I just think the ceiling and potential is there. And for a 17-year-old kid to get up to Carolina and perform pretty solidly in 30 games, I do think there's some potential there. And I just looking at the player, looking at what he did, age relative to level, looking at, they almost never promote 17-year-olds. Like Chase Mobley we're debating him earlier. He spent the whole year in the AC, and out there. They don't push young guys this young very often. So that's also another thing I look at. And yeah, he cooled down significantly after that kind of hot start, but I still believe in just the profile with him. It's what our average, our mean is 17 with him. So I would just move everybody up and put him at 16, like Hartle 12, Brito. Yeah. Cause like there's such a split here because like, I know what you're saying. I agree with you about LaViolette. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just, he's so young, and the approach, you've done these episodes before where you talked about it. Like, what kills prospects the most? Why don't they succeed? It's bad approach. And I think there are still red flags with that approach. Like, I don't know if he's a center fielder either. Like, that's the other thing too. No, I'm not counting him as a center fielder. I gotta be honest. But I just think, like, I look at him and LaViolette. I'm like, he's younger than LaViolette and doesn't have health issues, but has kind of the same questionary approach.
We're at 11. We haven't talked Franklin Gomez yet. You were a little bit lower, but does 11 feel right for Franklin Gomez? We haven't gotten there yet.
I got Gomez 21.
Okay, we're gonna have to go back, and he's definitely obviously he's in like top 20. I got to be honest. I would put him above Austin Peterson. Like, I would move Brito to 12. I would move Hartle 11. Excuse me. Brito 12, LaViolette 13, Caceres 14.
So here's going to be our other problem. So if we slot him in, let's just say wherever we slot him in, that then you're saying Hartle at 11. So if we put Hartle there, here's our new problem is we have not had Bazana, Janau, Ralphie, Chase, Mezek, Doughty, Cal Steven, Engel, Oki, or Chourio.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
But that's 11 guys. No, the problem is that's 11 guys.
All right, so then we drop somebody out at the end. That's fine. We're
going to have to really push south on some of these. Yeah. But I guess, I can't put Gomez ahead of Hartle when Hartle got up to AA.
I agree with you there. That's fine. I agree with you there. I would just put him at 15. Like, I would say, like, he's got to live with that. To me, he's got to be above Franklin. I think he's got more. You mean above Yorman, sorry, Franklin above Yorman. I think he's got a better chance to start. Yeah, okay. So now we're into the top 10. That's where I had. Well, we haven't talked Joey Oki. I actually had Joey Oki 11.
Okay. Who's your 10 then?
Espino.
Okay. Oh shoot. So here's our problem. We actually have. We hadn't talked to Espino, so we have 12 guys. We still have to.
We'll figure it out.
I had Espino at. Where did you had Espino at 10?
Yes.
I had him at 11.
Does 10 seem fine to you? No, I mean, who's above him? Like, I have Chourio above him.
I had Oki above him because I thought there was a slightly better chance Oki would start.
Okay, so for now, how about we put Joey Oki at 9 for now and Espino 10, and then we'll adjust. Well, we're gonna have to drop somebody. We're gonna have to drop somebody out. Like, yeah. someone's coming out of this list.
Yeah,
and
because we got to slot in Chourio, and we're gonna have to slot in.
Honestly, I would bump everybody down and drop Rafe out. Like he's the 30th, and as much as I like Rafe, like we think he's
so who Rafe is 30th. Who's 29th? Is Mobley?
Right now it's Mobley, yes.
And then who's 28? We're gonna have to drop out 2 guys.
Franco Alaman.
Okay, so we're probably gonna drop out Alaman and Rafe and keep Mobley at 30.
Yeah, I would rather have Mobley in. So let's go. Okay, so are we doing that now? Are we dropping? Yep. Are we dropping? Okay.
Yep. And then we'll have the kind of list, but then this gives us. So we're doing.
Yeah.
Who?
So now we're back to 10. Now we're back to 10, where I have Oki. We have Oki 11 and Espino 12.
Okay. Well, one of them is going to move up.
Okay.
Right? And then what we have to figure out is where did you have Chourio on your list?
I have Chourio at 9.
Oh, okay. I have him 10.
Okay. Well, why don't we just go
you'd be lower.
No, let's just go with him at 10 then.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jason Chourio 10. I mean, I guess I'll give him the mulligan for last year. I don't believe in the offense. I just don't know if he's a center fielder either. That's the thing. Like, he's kind of a tweener, which I don't love. So he's there just because of the upside. And then I have Engel above him. I did drop Engel quite a bit because of the exit velocity concern and the fact that he doesn't have a great throwing arm. Like, he's also a tweener. Like,
yeah, no, my 8, 9, 10 were Engel at 8, 9 was Oki, and 10 was Chourio.
All right, I think we should do Cooper Engel at 9 then.
Okay,
let's just move up from there. So I had Engel at 8, and then I had Messick 7 from there.
Messick is 7.
I think you had Messick a lot higher than I did.
I have Messick at 5, but I'm okay with him at 7. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Because this pitcher group is very tight to me. It's not like it's a big separator.
It is. Yeah, Messick has done a lot to get in the top 10 the last year, so good for him. Maybe this is too low on him, but I had Braylon Doughty at 6.
I had him 6 as well. So.
Oh, okay, maybe not. Okay, I don't know. Like I think there's a case for him by the end of the year to be the number 2 prospect in the system.
I mean,
by the end of the year, I could see it.
I wouldn't be. Well, Ralphie's probably still there. So yeah, probably a case for him to be 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, we could just do this. Travis Pizzan is number 1. We know that.
Yeah.
The one I'm going to fight you about is Cal Steven at 2. But if you have Ralphie 2, I'm fine with that because I
think we got to go Ralphie 2 because I mean I still have Janelle because of position and stuff, but I think Ralphie 2 probably makes more sense.
We could do Hanau 3, but I think Cal Steven at 4 is
I can live with that, and then Chase 5.
Yes, Chase Stillwater 5, and then we still have 1 spot open at 8. We haven't solved 8, so we could.
Well, then isn't that where we move everybody up? So then 8 would be.
Oh yeah, so that gets Alaman back into the grouping.
Yeah, so 8 is Engel, 9 is
Oki, 9 is
Chourio and Oki, and 11 is Espino.
Yeah, and then Schlesinger just is 31. And then Hartle, Brito, LaViolette, Caceres, the Gomez's, Walters, Valera, Cozart, Peterson, Watson, Rosario, Curley, Pallette, Mitchell, Hines. I almost think we should flip Mitchell and Hines. Like, I know Mitchell's got a good floor, but like, well, I don't know. It's fine. I think Mitchell's Hines is so risky. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, I like this list. I'm fine with it. You have anything you want to change at this point?
No, I mean, I should have been writing it all down, so I have it right in front of me. But it all seems fair and in the right range. We'll post it somewhere.
It'll
make
be
it available.
I
don't know how big of a post we can do in the YouTube posts, but I know we'll also we'll share it out from our Twitter accounts.
Yeah, if you're an insider or an everydayer, you have access to the Google Drive, so we'll put that in there. Jeff will give me his rankings. I'll give you mine. And then we'll show you our combined rankings for the show. And then we'll put it out on social media and YouTube as well. So yeah, it'll be accessible somewhere. I'll have an announcement about the fantasy leagues coming up this week. And then tomorrow I'm going to be talking about which players actually have stood out in spring training, which comments are eyewash, and I will get into the top 100 list and debate why Cade Smith should be there because he's not, and I'm going to give you a good reason why he should be. So tune in tomorrow for that.
Yeah, no, I also gave my take on that one. It's ridiculous. He's not. Again, let me know if you want the mock. Right now it's 3-0 in terms of people wanting the mock. If so, then we will do a 29 pick, maybe 30 pick mock on for Friday. Thank you all for joining us. Remember to rate and review, download daily. It helps. And go Guardians, go.